There's a bit in Golden Sun that says, but you and I should maintain social distance. Social distance? How did they know?
We don't go the same places that we used to go.
But yeah, hi, how's it going? It's Friday, so it's gonna be more of a weekend vlog, and I'm hoping to at some point start 24 hours of reading. Now because your girl suffers insomnia, and I'm still trying to fix that. I am by no means allowed to skip a night. It's just not something that's in my stars, but I do still want to try that for as long as I can. So basically I'm going to set timer and I'm gonna click it whenever I am counting the daytime hours of reading, and then try my best to incorporate reading in one way or another throughout the day, and no matter what I do, and then pause it while I sleep and then continue when I wake up. But let me actually even update you on how that's going. So I'm just about to start part 3. I think last time we spoke I was about here. So I read this bunch from chapter 13 to 25 now. Since you've been gone. Thank goodness it has gotten better. Still so confused, and I've been thinking a lot lately whether or not I had just like an extreme case of I read Red Rising at the very specifically suited time, because I do remember I mentioned it that I was a little bit surprised by how much I loved it, because otherwise it doesn't seem like the tick boxes entirely for me, for my personal taste, but I loved it so much when I read it. However, I do wonder if it was just like a very good timing for me to read it, which obviously I'm super happy that I read that book at the time that I did read it. But going back to it and seeing how angsty the writing style is, how much there's just like back and forth, and how little of quality character time we have between the characters. I think the biggest flaw for me in this particular one is that I had very few characters I really care about. There's maybe 3, but mainly 2 characters that I really care about. Outside our main character, obviously, because it's first person perspective, so we cannot get rid of that, even if sometimes we would maybe want to. But neither of those characters actually were present until like page 120. So I'm wondering if it's mainly because of that, and it really made me notice things that I didn't notice before because I was enjoying it so much and I was looking forward to those characters getting some screen time or page time. So it's making me reevaluate a little bit how I'm looking back at Red Rising, because I think I just read it super quickly and I was just so engulfed into it, which again is amazing, and I would love to have to happen even more often. And even if I still recognize things that I didn't like there, and maybe it's more so looking back like a 4-star. That being said, I am enjoying it much better now that we kind of reunited ourselves with some of the characters from the past. Things have kind of fallen into place, and then we had like a really cool scene. I think there was an action scene it was like a space action scene, and I actually really did enjoy it. We met another character that's quite promising. So yeah, and I am actually quite fond of the unexpected alliance that we have here, going with a character that you didn't think he would be working in this particular one. I don't want to say anything, but if you have read it, then you'll know, hopefully. But yeah, I'm currently here, so I think I'm actually over halfway. So I have that going on for me, and I'm working on the Patreon mail still, so I'm gonna continue working on that. Welcome. Those are my current thoughts on this. This is my current read. I am still upset that I cannot find Brain on Fire on audiobooks, and apparently someone did spot it on Audible, but I'm kind of suspecting that it's just not available in my country. Not a biggie, obviously, I will still try it. And the only other book that we need to finish by the end of this week, so in this weekend or even before Sunday, because I might try and film the TBR with her then, but maybe not, is a book with clouds on the cover. So I initially chose the Record of Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers, but I do have a comic that was my fallback, so that's still all good as well, and I might have to do that. I'm not quite sure. This is a ranty started video, but hello, welcome to the vlog. I have a very busy weekend ahead, and I'm not convinced how my head is doing, so follow along, stay tuned. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking and continue doing things, but Thank you for the break. It's actually 10:15. So much later than I anticipated. However, I need to wait for some pieces to arrive tomorrow until I can actually finish what I'm doing. So I think while I crack on for at least another hour, and then for maybe another hour in bed. Basically what I'm saying is that I'm going to start the clock, I think. I'm going to start officially the 24-hour of reading timer, meaning that for the hours that I'm awake, or rather during this weekend, I want to have 24 hours where I really zone in and focus into reading. So as I said, I'm gonna continue listening to The Golden Sun. As I said, I'm starting chapter 25, and I'll get back to you on how I go. But yay! The pressure. Okay, let's do this. Ow! Small update before I go to bed. So I did stop the... So the cat's having zoomies. I did stop the timer over the periods that I couldn't really read. But I currently have 22 hours and basically like 40 minutes. So I'm stopping it for the day, and then I'm gonna continue tomorrow from the morning. I'm probably gonna just keep it running. Food's arriving today, don't worry. Morning. Sit. Good boy.
For now, it's fine. Waste of our time out where the stars forget to shine. Cityscapes askew.
No, sit.
Stuck inside at noon. Out where the stars forget to shine. How far you'd fall were you to call. Hold your breath, it'll all be over soon. Stuck inside this cage that's built for you. Stuck inside this cage that can't fit too.
Well, it is 12:30, so we're not doing great. I am really struggling with energy today, so I think what I'm gonna do, I have that thing to pick up for work, like a work sample that was delivered in some random corner shop for some reason. So I'm gonna go and take a walk and go there and pick that up, because I think I need a little bit of outside. I'm just really struggling, and my head is like, you know when you have those days where you just feel like there's like a layer of reality between you and the current world. It's just like I need to pierce through because this is not it. Listen to some audiobook, I guess. I'm back. The place where I had to pick up my parcel was actually way further than I expected, and then I also stopped by the grocery store because it was on the way, and since I was out I might as well. But it was so busy. It was disgustingly busy, and that is very anxiety inducing for me apparently now. I guess I'm gonna collect anxieties, and agoraphobia has joined the chat. But there it is. I was looking for my phone. We are on basically 20 hours and 3 minutes. And going down, I did listen to an audiobook for the majority of that walk. So I think we're here right now. So I have this left. Quite a few things happened in the book, which is nice. There was something that unfolded I wasn't quite sure what to feel about. I'm still definitely enjoying this one much less than the previous one. I just feel like it's a little bit ambiguous in places that I think shouldn't be ambiguous. I feel like I would like to be more involved in an overarching plot. I feel like we vaguely know where we're going, but everything is so scattered that it's just like, I understand they kind of make up as they go. So I guess it makes sense for us to feel that way as well because it's a first person. But I don't know. I'm enjoying it though. There are some really nice little plot twists. none that I could not predict. One was quite nice, actually. Then it was concerning the same character that something happened and someone was trying to like forgive them, and I was like constantly throughout that I was like, someone's gonna die, someone's gonna bounce it, someone's about to die. And then actually I did think that it's not gonna happen, and then it still happened. So that was quite nice because I was a bit like yo-yoing, so I like that. I don't want to make it sound like it's terrible. It's just that obviously my expectations were like here, so I think it's more so in regards to that. But it is 2 o'clock just now. We're just making some food. Today I think is gonna be quite a messy day because the room is messy, but there's actually some stuff that I cannot clear out. So we're just gonna live in a mess, which I don't love. I'm going to try and have a somewhat productive day without or trying not to overdo it because my head is definitely not going places. But I also have some book mail from the couple of last weeks. That's from you. Cats are playing with a big box, don't mind them. But I'm going to open that. And thank you. So the first one is from Josephina. I started the book a few days ago and enjoy it a lot so far. I hope you really like it too. It is short, so quite a good addition to a TBR. Thank you for all of your videos and chats on Discord. It means a lot. Thank you so much, Josephina. So they have sent me this, which is kind of like a very, from what I know, it's a very poetic and quite confusing, but a really interesting and unique book about time and time fuckery, which is my favorite niche thing, as you probably know. It says, among the ashes of a dying world, an agent of the commandant finds a letter. It reads, burned before reading. Red and blue, two rival agents, hell-bent on securing the best possible future for their warring factions, strike up an unlikely correspondence, but what started as a taunt, a battlefield boast, grows into something more, something epic and romantic, something that could change the past and the future. I'm very intrigued. It's hard to compare, from what I've heard, it's hard to compare to any other book, so excited for that intriguing experience. Then another one is from Tongs. Gee, thank you for being amazing and creating an amazing community that you have welcomed me in. Thanks, Tongs. You guys kill me with those notes. I am not prepared. And they send me the beach read, and it's funny because both of these lovely people are actually still off also in my Patreon, and Patreon is the reason why I wanted this book, because someone, I can't remember now, I can't mind who it was, maybe it was a couple of people actually talking about this when it first came out, but it came out in America, I think in summer, which makes sense because this is a very summer vibes read. It's like beach. And people just had such a good time with it, and I really wanted to read it. January is a hopeless romantic who narrates her life like she's the lead in a blockbuster movie. Gus is a serious literary type who thinks true love is a fairy tale. But January and Gus have more in common than you think. They're both broke. They have crippling writer's block, and they need to write bestsellers before summer ends. The result, a bet to swap genres and see who published first. The risk, in telling each other stories, their worlds might be changed entirely. I know this is a winter time. I'm actually really excited to pick this up because I think at some point I just need something on a lighter. Thank you so much, Tongs. And then we have another one. Oh, it's from Ali. Hi, lady. Hello, lady. I'm just a little surprised to say that I love you and that your friendship means the world to me. I hope you enjoyed this little space adventure. Also love circumventing the book buying ban. That's a fancy word. So Ali's a friend of mine, so I don't know if what this was supposed to be meant to be opened on camera, but I'm opening it on camera. Yes, it's the Persephone Station. I am so excited about this book. Okay, so let's see her naked. A straight up a black book with golden foil. So I remember that it kind of gripped my attention because it says, for the fans of Mandalorian, Cowboy Bebop. I actually have not seen Mandalorian yet, but I will. I'm actually gonna just read a synopsis for you because it goes as, Persephone Station, a seemingly backwater planet that has largely been ignored by the United Republic of Worlds, becomes the focus for the Saro Orlov Corporation, as the planet has a few secrets they tenaciously want to exploit. Rosie, owner of Monk's Bar in the town of West Briner, caters to wannabe criminals and rich earther tourists of a sort at the front bar. However, exactly two types of people drink at Monk's Back Bar: members of a rather exclusive class and those who seek to employ them. Angel, ex-Marine and head of a semi-organized band. Criminals, wayward assassins, and washed-up mercenaries with a penchant for doing the honorable thing is asking to perform a job for Rosie. What this job reveals will affect Persephone and put Angel and her squad up against an army. Despite the odds, they are rearing for a fight with the Serao Orlov Corporation. For Angel, she knows that once honor is lost, there is no regaining it. That doesn't mean she can't damned well try. Thank you so much. This is very, very kind, and also I'm so excited for each of those for so many very different reasons. I actually really enjoy how I personally feel that my genre collection or like interest has really expanded. Although I will say that if you're reading in a one very particular genre or something, don't feel like you need to expand, because this is reading, and as long as you're having fun, I feel like that should be the thing. Or as a semi-mood reader, I just find that sometimes in the past, if I were only reading fantasy but I was feeling like, oh, I would just want something set in real life, or it doesn't really feel like fantasy, now I have more to pick from. So there's a good chance that if I'm not feeling like reading something, I'll find something else to read instead of just like watching TV or something, which I also love doing, and there's nothing wrong with that. Thank you so much for the books. I'm gonna go do some of these things that I said I'll do and I will chat to you later. So I kind of failed, but to be honest, I was kind of expecting that from today because I knew there's gonna be a lot of things that I'm gonna need to do. And so I still have like 17 hours left because I did pause it quite a lot, or 16 something, I'm not quite sure. And I'm in the middle of chapter 38, so we still have a lot to go. Tomorrow hopefully is gonna be a bit more reading filled day. I just had a lot of things to sort, so feeling a bit sad. Not just because of that, there's some other stuff as well, but hopefully tomorrow is a new day. Well, yes, we do hope tomorrow is a new day. Anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep. Hello. So we are at 12 hours 45 mark. But actually at the very end of Sunday. Today was a bad mental health and bad physical health day. So it was a hard one, but we made it through. It's all good. And so yeah, I didn't start doing things until a bit later, and then had to take a break. Long story short, however, I have finished both setting up my bullet journal. Thank God, finally, I can now actually use it. And also, I finished reading Golden Sun. So I now have 3 out of 5 books for the TBR. I think I started somewhere here today and then finished reading it. So thoughts. I don't know, I need to gather my thoughts. I think it's definitely gonna be either a 3 or a 4 star. I still think that the beginning was surprisingly not engaging, which I've already covered, so I don't need to go through it. However, as expected, the kind of last quarter or last third of the book was very action-packed, and it was like it had many like betrayals and back and forths, but because of the patterns that this has, I was kind of expecting as much now, so I would even maybe go as far as saying as there were maybe one too many twists and turns, because it kind of makes you suspect it to the point where it's maybe not even that surprising at that point. Does that make sense? I did still enjoy it. I might try and read the third one in like March or something. Probably not February, because there's already a chunker of book that I really need to fit in there. However, I don't want to leave too long. But yeah, there were a lot of reveals. It was like some satisfying plot twists, and there's some satisfying fight scenes. And overall, though, just very, very angsty, maybe a bit too angsty for my liking at the moment. Maybe especially going from Addie LaRue with a very different tone and very different focus. I found the angst actually, like, and the focus of it and the core of it to be maybe a tiny bit too repetitive, because I was like, I get it, Taro, I've heard it a million times. He loves to repeat his reasoning. He loves it. Still love Severo. Severo is my guy. There was definitely some, like, good stuff in it as well. I'm complaining, but there was definitely some good stuff as well. I got to know the characters a little bit more. Not majorly though. This is, I feel like, not a character-driven story. It's very much plot. If anything, I maybe would like it to be slower in parts. Well, I definitely would like, but you know, personal preference. And I love how I said there are good stuff and there are good things, and then I continue telling you more about what I thought was lacking. No, but I like the bits that we got between the characters and their, like, dynamic. Yeah, intrigued to see where the third one goes. I can definitely see why people say that once you read this, you will probably want to reach for the third one. And I normally would agree, but I think it'll be good for me to take a little break, because I don't know if I was entirely in the mood for this, or if I just did bad for myself for just having such high expectations for it. But by no means did I hate it. I did have a very, very, very confusing, annoying start, not gonna lie. But I feel like after reading the second one, my love for the whole series definitely dimmed, and it's a bit sad. But I will definitely still read the third one, and yeah, we'll see then. Still pretty solid. Intrigued to see what happens later. However, I sadly do not think that I can actually read this whole book until, like, I'm extending my deadline, I think, until the end of tomorrow. January just gained another day. I don't care. Because I know I'm not gonna be filming the TB Avatar tomorrow either way, so I'm gonna give myself an extra day. However, I still don't think that I will be able to finish this whole book. Sadly, I would love to. Maybe I'll see if I can squeeze it in on February, but I'm afraid of February. One, it's already a little bit of a short month. And two, there's a big book that really needs to fit into the TBR, and I am afraid. But anyway, so this one was for, like, Sky on the cover, right? Do I have a card in this, I think? Oh yeah, I do. Clouds maybe. Yeah, Clouds in the title or cover. So my fallback was already this, and I think that's what I'm gonna do now. I just had a shower, so I'm going to go lay in bed. So yeah, I'm going to be reading Rat Queens Volume 4. This is a series of the comics that I've started actually a pretty long while ago, so it's about time that I continue. I think there was something that's gonna change, maybe the artist. Oh yeah, it does look pretty different. But I like the quirkiness and unapologeticness of the female leads in here, so I'm excited to see some girly sass. It'll be a good change from an overwhelmingly sausage fest of this book. There are female characters, I just don't know if they're given proper attention. I'd like more character action in here. Then hopefully that's 4 out of 5, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to read Brain on Fire.
We don't go the same places that we used to go. We don't ride the same.
Yep, very much was not filming. So anyway, I've realized that I could not have picked a worse time for me to do this project, like the 24-hour thing. So I'm not even putting it in the thumbnail, I don't think, because I kind of stopped around like 10-hour mark, because it was just the worst time. It was the worst time. I picked the weekend where I had the most deadlines for like the end of the month stuff. And on top of that, I was having a lot of migraines, which obviously I can never predict. I just kind of assume I will probably have one. But also the big sad came and visited, so it just didn't pan out. However, I did think that it would be a fun idea at some point to collect data on how many hours I actually spend reading, which, by the way, I would not judge myself for for having a low amount of those. But I thought it would be kind of fun, because I could not even guess. Like, I can't guess. I don't know how many hours I kind of spend reading. And obviously, like, the amount of pages is a little bit arbitrary, because obviously if you count the comics and stuff, that's different. And it's not really about the pages read for me, and it's not even about the books read, it's if I'm spending time reading. And I think that would be kind of fun to see but it would obviously very much depend on the week as well. Might be doing that, and might give this 24-hour reading thing another go at some point, but definitely failed on that one. However, did finish the Red Queens Volume 4. I gave it a 3 stars. I still really enjoyed it. This is an adult content, yet very juvenile humor. D&D adventure, doesn't take itself seriously kind of thing. The artwork, because I do think it changed, did grow on me. I think it's very fitting to the story. I think it matched the story very well. I do think, however, that it was a very weird continuation of where we left off. One character is entirely missing, which I'm not a big fan, and I wonder if maybe like some of the creators like swapped so they couldn't use. I'm not sure, but it was jarring, and it wasn't as continuous as the previous ones. It didn't feel as tied in. I still really enjoyed it and I had a good time though, so kind of a high 3 stars. Other than that, I also listened to like maybe an hour and a half of Neverwhere. This is something that I'm pretty much probably doing a little bit of injustice because I'm listening at like chopped in between my other TBR stuff, but I kind of enjoy taking my time with it, and I'm currently here. Sometimes get a little bit confused because I think I don't retain as much information when I'm like listening to it and doing other things. So I don't know if I would restart where if I started again. I'm not sure, but I was enjoying it a lot during the beginning. I just then got a bit confused in parts, but that's the update. And since it's already a Wednesday, I'm going to just continue, I think, with the vlog and just make it a long one, I think. I've just filmed my February TBR Vatar and I'm so excited about the collection of the books. So this video would already be up, but I'm so excited. But yeah, that's now you caught up for the second time because I didn't record the first time. But I've been a little bit shit at updating you guys, but it is Friday, 10:30 on a Friday. I feel like this week has been such a long week. Like, it's been such a long week. But yesterday I've been on Jade's reading sprints and I actually started with this, The Poppy War. So far the Poppy War is about a girl who comes from a family of little significance in that society. Her aunt actually strikes a deal that she gets to be married off to someone in exchange for basically a right to run their shop however they like, and their shop is actually a front for dealing opium, which is like a massive part of this world as opium. And this girl cannot think of anything worse than being married off to someone, and she decides to do whatever she can, and the only thing she can think of to properly avoid this is to pass this very elite test that only a couple of people ever pass. And so she starts studying with her mentor that she bribes to pass this test, and things evolve from there. But I've read the first chapter of this in one of my first chapter challenges. I think it's probably over 1 or 2 years ago now, and I really enjoyed it. And similarly, I am really enjoying it now. I am 62 pages in right here, and I am loving it. The writing style, mwah. The setup so far, amazing. The little bits of humor, amazing. The indication for the realness of things and the brutality of life, sadly accurate. And I know that this comes with a plethora of trigger warnings, pretty much everything and anything that you can imagine, especially chapter 21. But from what my Patreon said already, that you can actually skip it if you don't feel like it, or you're not gonna lose any information other than the feelings, you know. Here we are. I am really thoroughly loving it, and I have such high hopes now, even more so than before. That's the reading update for you. I had a Patreon live stream just for an hour and a half. We stayed there and I had a very honest chat about mental health, chronic health, all of that, and it was very soulful. So initially when I scheduled that, I thought we're gonna read, but it evolved into something different, and I don't regret that at all, but it does mean that I have not read anything to show for you today. I'm just surprised that I even read a little bit because honestly, this week has been a year. And I had some stomach issues as well, and so I didn't sleep last night, even more so than usual, and I'm very excited to. However, I did get a couple of nights sleep that was actually decent, which is, I'm trying not to get too excited about it, but it's promising. It's going into the right direction, hopefully. So that's the update, but tomorrow I might participate, head allowing, as per usual, I might participate in another reading sprint, so that could be good too. And also Sunday is Logan's birthday. I ordered a cake, which hopefully is gonna come up tomorrow. Ordered some balloons, because why not? It's not like we can do anything. So Sunday I probably will try to relax a little bit more and then just block that day out for him. I might even have a drink. I have not had one in like a year. I think the last time I had his birthday last year, just because it's normally not very worth it for me with everything that follows. But I might do that on Sunday. We'll see. So I do wonder if I should read this, because I feel like I really need something like this, but I am wondering if I should do this in the morning. I feel like it might hit me less in the morning. Or I could do it now. No, I'm way too tired from the week to do it now. Control yourself.
We don't go the same places that we used to go. We don't ride the same.
Logan's cake arrived. Hey, pretty.
We don't go the same places that we used to go. We don't ride the same.
Hello. It is Tuesday now, so I'm about to actually finish this vlog that extended to weeks now. I have read more in the Poppy War, but I don't know where the book is. It's a mess. I'm a mess, okay? If you actually watched till now, leave a tree emoji so I know you're the real one. The Poppy War, really still loving it. We didn't do any reading on Sunday, however, we just pretty much, like, we saw Logan's mum in the park, like socially distanced and everything, and walked the dog, and that was cute. And then the rest of the day we actually spent watching Expanse season 5. It's our favorite show, and somehow we missed that season 5 was out, so I don't know what that tells us about us. But we're actually about to watch the very last episode on my lunch break, which I'm starting now, so very excited. As you can probably tell from the vlog though, I am not doing that well. There are more gaps in between days than normal, just mentally not in the best place currently, but you know, I know that's fine, I know you understand, so I'm not gonna apologize for it, but just acknowledging it, because it's what it is. But I hope you still enjoyed it. I'm hoping to have Logan's TV Avatar in the next one, and some more reading, because I am really enjoying the Poppy War. I think I'm on page 100 something now, like 110, like at the start of that chunk. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Stay awesome, stay kind, and stay safe, and yeah, bye.
Through my phone, now, oh, 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 oh.